They said. They were, past tense, having a party. Okay, so the direct speech is next week, and the reported speech is the next week. They said they were having a party the next week. Okay, so we just add the. Harry, I'm having a guitar lesson tomorrow. Harry said he was having a guitar lesson. Again, for tomorrow, we use the next day. Okay. Susie, my mum isn't working this week. So Susie said her mum wasn't, past tense, working. And this week, for direct speech, becomes that week. Susie said her mum wasn't working that week. And the last one, Susie and Harry, so they, our friends are playing in the park now. They said their friends were, past tense, playing in the park. And now becomes then. Okay, so that's how to use reported speech. Let's move on to some reading. And today we've got an article from a website called A Day in the Life of a Firefighter. So let's start with some new vocabulary about firefighting. Number 1, hose. A long tube that you use to put water on a fire. Hose. Train as a verb. You teach someone how to do something, to train them. Site. S-I-T-E. A place where something happened. The site. Flood. When a lot of water covers a place. That is a flood. Breathing apparatus. If you are caught in a fire, the smoke might make it difficult for you to breathe. So, breathing apparatus is a special mask which helps you to breathe. Accident. A dangerous thing that suddenly happens, like a car crash. An accident. Check. To check something, to look at it very carefully to make sure that it's safe. And rescue. To take someone away from a dangerous place and into a safe place. To rescue them. Okay, so let's read the article together. A day in the life of a firefighter. Rob Elliott has worked as a firefighter for 8 years. And he loves his job. Rob's day starts at 9 a.m. Rob and the rest of his crew meet in front of the fire station to get their instructions for the day. Every day is different, says Rob. On some days, I drive the fire engine. On other days, I wear the breathing apparatus. I enjoy every part of my job. Rob has rescued people from all kinds of situations. We get called to road accidents, floods, rail and air crashes, or chemical spills, says Rob. But firefighters do more than rescue people. They give first aid and they clean up and check sites after an accident or disaster. They often work together with the police and paramedics. They also train people in fire safety. Today, Rob and Jenny, another firefighter, were busy checking the equipment. But suddenly, there was a call. A house was on fire, and there were 2 people trapped in an upstairs bedroom. The firefighters jumped into the fire engines and raced to the house. Rob and Jenny ran upstairs, while the rest of the team used hoses to put out the fire. Rob and Jenny found a mother and daughter in one of the bedrooms. They opened a window and helped the mother and the little girl to climb down a ladder. Soon the fire was out and everyone was safe. And it's still only 7 o'clock, said Rob. Okay, so I've got some yes or no answers, questions. So you can answer no, he doesn't, or yes, he does. Number 1. Does Rob always drive the fire engine? No, he doesn't. Sometimes he wears the breathing apparatus, and so on. Number 2. Does Rob enjoy his job? Yes, he does. He enjoys every part of his job. Number 3, do firefighters give first aid? Yes, they do. They give first aid and they clean up and check sites. Were the people trapped downstairs? No, they weren't. They were trapped in an upstairs bedroom. Did Rob and Jenny use hoses to put out the fire? No, they didn't. The team used hoses to put out the fire while Rob and Jenny ran upstairs. Did Rob and Jenny help the mother and daughter? Yes, they did. They helped them to climb down a ladder. Okay, so let's finish off with some writing. And we're going to look at writing a newspaper article. So when we write a newspaper article, there are certain things that we should use. Newspaper articles, we should have a headline. Okay? And this goes at the top of the article and it tells us what the story is about. For example, basketball star saves family. We often take out small, short words like a or the, so it's just very straightforward and to the point. A headline. Second one is a short introduction. Okay, so after the headline, we have a short introduction which tells us the main points of the story, the most important parts. So, for example,